Every once in a while, you read a book that really does change the way you live a certain aspect of your life, or sometimes it changes the way you live your entire life. Now, in today's video, I want to share two recent books that I would classify as personal development, but really they're just good books in general, and how they can help you lose weight and get fitter by introducing some brand new habits I don't talk about that often here. What's up, guys? It is Alex Hine over at Modern Health Monk, author of Master the Day. Now, two of the books that I've read, one of them is a long-time perennial favorite, and one of them is relatively newer, but is someone I've been following online for quite a while. So the first one is The Alchemist. I don't know if you can see that. Bring it back here. The Alchemist, written by Paulo Coelho. It's about this boy who's basically a shepherd in Spain, and he goes down through Andalusia. Eventually, he's looking for his personal legend. His personal legend is basically this story he's been told from a saint or an angel. I'm not quite sure what he is. But it's basically the reason why you think you are here on Earth. Like, it's the thing you feel like you're supposed to do. It's the thing you have to personally live out to be fulfilled. And the boy goes from southern Andalusia, where I spent my month writing my last book in July. He goes from southern Andalusia to Africa and all the way to the pyramids of Egypt. And the whole point of the book, though, is that it highlights the importance of following your own personal legend. So your personal legend is that thing that calls to you. Like, what is it, the thing you've always wanted to study or always wanted to learn or always wanted to do? What is that personal legend? And it's the pursuit of that, the constant pursuit. It's not an end destination where it's just over, it's death. But it's the constant pursuit of doing what you feel called to do that often most fulfills us. And so many people develop health problems and illnesses and addictions and drink and smoke and do whatever because they are not doing what they feel like they are called to do. They're not on the path they think is their personal legend. So what does this have to do with weight loss? Well, this book is so important to me because I've recently started researching some of these terminal cancer cases, people that were given terminal diagnoses and for whatever reason, they remissed. They were these spontaneous remissions. And the doctors couldn't quite figure out how they got better. And one of the things they always talk about is this idea that they finally did what they always wanted to do. That sounds suspiciously similar, right? Almost like that feeling of these people that finally did what they always wanted to do, and whatever tension or anxiety or whatever it is about life that changed may have played a role in the remission of not only cancers, but I've heard of just less severe illnesses that had nagged people for years or decades. Whatever it was in their life, it was producing symptoms of an illness. So as far as The Alchemist goes, I want you to kind of ask yourself, all right, maybe I have an ongoing health problem, maybe I have an ongoing weight problem. Well, what's really behind it? Like, the simple answer is, yeah, eat less and exercise. That's BS though, because for so many of us, there's a much deeper issue going on, but that just manifests as a weight issue or an eating issue because there's a deeper emotional thing going on. I'm not going to say issue, but a deeper emotional thing. Sometimes that deeper thing is lack of control. My whole life is out of control, but guess what? I can control food. My whole life is out of control. My parents are forcing me to do medical school, but guess what? I can control food. There's so many other manifestations of being unfulfilled and unhappy in your life, and being overweight or not having a good relationship with food is a very common one. So The Alchemist is kind of a good book to think about. Are you listening to your gut about the path you should be going down? All right, now book number 2 is Robin Sharma's The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. The reason why I like this book is that, one, it's kind of an easy read as a parable, as a story. But really, a lot of the foundational success principles I have, when I read this book, I realized they're also in this book. So Robin Sharma's, this book is really about this high, big shot lawyer who's got his Ferrari, and he starts developing all these health problems, has a heart attack, and then eventually realizes he needs to slow his life down, he needs to change something. And then he goes and moves off to the Himalayas to try to learn this mystical monk stuff to try to heal himself. He comes back, and his other colleague realizes his wrinkles are mostly gone. He's 30 pounds lighter. He has this sage, calm presence, and he's a totally different person. And so this person goes in search of these monks and these mystics, and this guy's telling him the story of what he found and what he learned. And he talks about, it's all, it's fiction, but he talks about these sages of Sivasana, I think, and about the practices they did every day to cultivate themselves. So for example, if one of the habits they wanted to cultivate more of was being more patient, having that sage kind of calm quality, they would visualize themselves in the morning, or they would see themselves in the lake being that person that they wanted to be. There's visualization. They would also reflect on what they needed to change about their habits. That's like the nightly review I talk about. They would also talk a lot about the self-image. Now, I've talked about Dr. Maxwell Maltz here, the plastic surgeon who ended up surgically altering his patients, but then a certain percentage never regained the confidence they wanted. And he discovered that the inner self-image affects the outer perception more than anything else, because he could give the woman the beautiful nose, but she would still think she's ugly because that was a belief. That was something about how she identified herself. But if she changed the way she saw herself, she didn't need the new fake nose. Now, this book also talks a lot about the self-image because it's really about how do you change yourself or cultivate yourself in a better way to be a better person, to reach whether it's a spiritual goal or a weight loss goal. And another thing that really struck me was the idea that the purpose of life is a life of purpose. And when I talk with clients, sometimes when they're trying to lose weight, sometimes there's a very strong motivating purpose, and sometimes there's not. Like sometimes people just want to get fit for the beach, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the roots of that kind of motivation are very shallow, and they're not going to go deeper and get you through the tough times than, say, if you want to be around for your kids in 10 years because you're getting older and you're getting sicker. That is really going to drive you at a very high emotional level to keep going with that routine and that habit. So I want you to also think about what is the deeper purpose behind what you're doing here. We talked about following your personal legend, going with your gut, but what is the deeper purpose behind weight loss for you? This may seem far out or psychological or spiritual, too spiritual for weight loss, but it's not. Because these are the problems I find that people run into on a daily basis. Now, those are two books I recommend, The Alchemist, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Highly recommend checking them out, just on their own right, seeing if you like them. Otherwise, I want you to leave a comment right there below. Let me know before you go, what's another book you would recommend? Could be personal development, could be something else that a person can use to get fitter. Leave that comment right there below. And again, your tiny daily habit for today is to get a copy of these two books, The Alchemist, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Check them out, and I'm going to catch you next time. Hey guys, it's Alex. Did you like this video? If so, there are 3 ways you can really stay in touch with me. The first thing is obviously to click the subscribe button right there. Every single day I'm releasing a brand new Tiny Habit video to help you lose weight, feel awesome, and live better. Second thing is you can check out my book Master the Day. Brand new, just came out, it's been topping the Amazon bestseller list, and it's been getting great feedback. It's all about the tiny success habits to help you lose your next 20 or 30 pounds and get to kind of that next level, both in your health, but also in your life. And the third thing is, come visit me over on my website, modernhealthmonk.com. Punch in your email there and I'll give you a free guide on the exact 5 daily habits to help you lose your next 20 or 30 pounds. So go do those 3 things now, and I look forward to catching you in the next video.